Hello, everyone. This is Gwen Roberts. I am the author of my book, Pocket Prayers. Pocket Prayers is an accumulation of 40 different prayers, and all of the prayers are on various issues in life, and it's written in the first person. So as you read it, it's like an affirmation that you're reading for yourself. Some of the prayers in my book are, and these are short prayers too, uh, my spiritual growth, my attitude, my faith, my affirmations, my peace of mind, my family, my children, my self love. That's very important that we focus on loving and caring for ourselves. My joy, my money, my grief, my life, my protection. And over the past 47 years, I have learned and studied a lot of truths and been able to make a lot of changes in my life as a result of knowing and being aware of these truths because I've always been very curious about life. Like, why am I here? What what am I to do? What is my purpose? And I'm sure all of you have asked that question at one point in time. And what I'm what I've done with my book Pocket Prayers, which is available at thetruthinstitute.com. That's thetruthinstitute.com. That's my website. And if you like, you can order a copy of the book there. Uh, but what I've learned, the truths that I have learned, I have been inspired to share, um, to share with you, with all of you, because they've made a difference in my life, and they will make a difference in your life if you apply them. You must apply them. And with these prayers, uh, in my book Pocket Prayers, it's not a one-time read. You have to, like make it a daily practice of reading maybe one prayer for a week or for a month until you get the feeling of it. And once you get the feeling of it, it's then you're able to absorb these truths into your consciousness. And once you absorb them into your consciousness and make them your truths, then that's when you can see changes. That's when you can see changes in your life. What I like to do today is I like to read one of the prayers, um, and it's the prayer of protection. And I'll read a while and then I'll talk a while about it. But it goes like this. I know that the one that created me is with me all the time. And in my book, I use the word creator, God, um, uh, oneness. I use them interchangeably. I'm not of a specific faith. I am more a spiritual person than a religious person. I'll continue reading. My creator made me with all the qualities that it has. And the qualities of the creator are peace of mind, happy, wisdom, good judgment, etc. Just as a baby has a likeness to his or her earthly parents, I have a likeness to my spiritual Father, Mother, God. I'm never alone. My Creator's always with me. God is always as close to me as my breath. Now, when you think of that God, your Creator, is with you all the time and as close as your breath, that's a closeness that you can depend on. The Spirit of God within me is the still small voice within me that whispers guidance from moment to moment. And you in different situations, and uh, you could be driving down the street, and all of a sudden, something inside you, we call it something. God doesn't have an ego, so that's okay. And something says, turn left. And you hadn't intended to turn left. And that wasn't your plan. So you turn left, and all of a sudden, a friend that you hadn't seen in 20 years is walking down the street pushing a baby buggy. And you noticed her because you're going very slow. So that's how God guides us. That's how He guides us, by that small voice within. I learned to listen to my inner guidance. As I practice listening and following this inner guidance, I realize that something greater than me is guiding me through this journey called life. Now, what a great companion to have something as close as your breath to to guide you in in any situations of what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And that's pretty much how I got started giving these YouTube messages. Uh, the the inner voice, and through some friends that kept saying, Quinn, why don't you put your book on YouTube? Give some messages from YouTube, because it's going to really help people. So I thought, really? So that's how I got started. That small voice, and that voice can come through other people too. When I pray for an answer to a situation, it appears. Praying meaning focused on it, thinking about it. I'm not talking about praying amiss, but really something that you desire, and staying focused with the idea. And pretty soon you'll see the manifestation or the guidance. I know my Heavenly Father, Mother God, is with me, guiding me and protecting me. Sometimes you're protected when you don't even know that you're being protected. And that's why you always pray for protection. Divine protection is always with me, whether I am aware of it or not. I'm kept safe in all situations. I'm protected by my divine protection at all times. I am protected by divine protection at all times. I'm thankful to my indwelling Father, Mother, God for my personal divine protection at all times. If I feel fearful, I remember there's nothing to fear, that God is always with me, as close as my breath, remember, protecting me. I remember that fear is a thought, and thoughts have power. I'm going to do another session on the power of your thoughts and words. That's a whole new ball game. So I'll do that one day. I immediately decide not to give any more thoughts to fear. And in order to not give any more thoughts to fear, in order not to have a thing, you must replace it with something else. And that's the next sentence. I replace thoughts of fear with thoughts of God's divine protection over me. So if it's something that you're feeling fearful about, then you need to transform that thought. And you have the power to do that because you are all powerful in terms of your life. You have all power over your life. And in the sessions ahead, I'm going to talk about your indwelling power and how to use your power, and um, and that will bless you. As I focus on God's divine protection over me, though fears, thoughts of fear vanish into the sea of nothingness. You're praying now. This is a prayer. You're praying that the thoughts of fear that you had previously are vanishing into the sea of nothingness, and that you're replacing them. You know, uh, the if there's a vacuum, it has to be filled. So you want to fill it with a positive thought, a thought of protection. And as I just said, as I focus on God's divine protection over me, thoughts of fear vanish into the sea of nothingness. Now, you want them to go somewhere. So, this idea of the sea of nothingness is a good place to send them. So, the place of the sea of nothingness. You can send anything there that is undesirable. I now feel safe and secure. That's that's the feeling that you want to replace with the fear, from the fear. I now feel safe and secure. That's your replacement thought. As I focus on God's divine protection over me, you're focused on it every day. You're thinking about it. You're reading this prayer day and night, focusing on divine protection. So those fears are going to drop off, because anything that you're not thinking about, can't manifest in your life. So God's protection. As I focus on God's divine protection over me, I'm guided to go places and do things that keep me safe and secure. Think about that you're guided to go places and to do things that keep you safe and secure. That's your prayer. And the universe, God, hears that and responds to that for you. And you're kept safe because those are your thoughts. That is your prayer for protection. Now, after each prayer, I have an affirmation. And of course, you're familiar with affirmations. These are a series of words, thoughts that you can repeat on a regular basis. for it to be incorporated within your spirit. So here's the affirmation for protection. I'm divinely protected at all times, in all situations. See, you're claiming you're good. My loved ones are divinely protected at all times and in all situations. You're embracing your family now. You're embracing your loved ones. You're embracing your friends in this divine protection. So when they come to you talking about fearful things, then you can help them to replace those fears and explain what they're doing to themselves. Replace those fears with thoughts of protection. I fear not, because my Father, Mother, God is always with me, and my loved ones, with me and my loved ones, guiding and protecting us at all times, in all situations. I am free of fear. So that is the prayer on protection. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be many more prayers and talks and messages that I will be giving on YouTube. Again, my book is Pocket Prayers, and my name is Gwen Roberts, or Gwendolyn Roberts. Uh, the book, uh, my book is available on my website, which is thetruthinstitute.com. I love you, I bless you, and God bless you.